Sawzit Mzansi, you tuned into SA Political Lens, where we break down the headlines, laugh when we must, and cry when we need to. Sarah, today's news is heavy. We start with a huge loss for South African journalism.
Yeah, John, this morning the country woke up to heartbreaking news. Renowned political journalist Tshidi Madia has passed away at just 42 years old after a short illness. She was the associate editor for politics at EWN and the voice behind Politricking with Tshidi. Yo, what a loss.
Ish, it's painful. Tshidi started as an assistant on the traffic desk at Prime Media, worked at Power FM and News 24, and came back to EWN, climbing all the way to the top. Colleagues are calling her the jewel in EWN's crown. Sarah, I think she was more than that. She was fearless, always asking the questions that politicians hated, but South Africans needed.
Yeah, exactly. Premier Panyaza Lesufi also paid tribute, saying she was fearless in holding leaders accountable. Our hearts go out to her family and colleagues. We'll miss her voice, but her legacy will continue to shape journalism in this country.
From that somber note, let's move to the courts. Businessman Colin Mashawana just lost a big case at the South Gauteng court. He tried to block the Daily Maverick from reporting on his foundation, but the judge said, nah, that's a gag order attempt, and it won't fly. Now he has to pay the legal costs. Ouch.
When you try to silence the media in Mzansi, it almost always backfires. This case linked him and suspended IDT CEO Debogo Malaka to alleged tender irregularities. At least now journalists can keep digging. Democracy thrives when stories like these see the light of day.
Speaking of courtrooms, the Equality Court has ruled again on EFF leader Malema. This time, they said his comments at a 2022 rally showed clear intent to incite harm. Malema is no stranger to controversial rulings, but this adds another heavy blow to his political record.
Yeah, John, he always says he's misunderstood, but the court is drawing a line. Freedom of speech doesn't mean freedom to harm. And trust South Africans, Twitter was already on fire about this one. Some saying it's justice, others saying it's politics.
Now, this one is wild. Some influencers in South Africa who worked with a Russian company suspected of human trafficking just had their TikTok accounts banned. Millions of followers. Gone. Yo, Sarah. Imagine the heartbreak.
Yo, John, that's influencer life, eh? One day you famous, next day cancelled. But on a serious note, if the company is linked to trafficking, then banning those accounts is the right move. Clout can't come before human rights.
True that. Now let's check in on Malema. The former ANC spokesperson is still facing court over that 27 million rand tender. But outside court today, he said something that had people talking. He declared, "My blood is red, not black, green and gold."
Phew, that line went viral quick. He says ANC members should serve with humility and discipline, not chase positions for privilege. And he stressed that despite his charges, he renewed his ANC membership and remains committed. Yo, John, sounds like he's preaching loyalty, but also frustration.
Yo, Sarah, and an ANC branches are heading to conferences, so those words might be aimed at comrades reminding them, behave, or the public will lose even more trust. But, Mara, in politics, talk and action don't always match.
And finally, Tshwane Mayor Nasipi Moya. She confirmed she'll be paying back over 270,000 rand in benchmarking-related payments from 2019. She says she's doing it voluntarily in recognition of the leadership standard her office demands. Yeah, that's a rare move, John.
Yaja, politicians and pay back the money. That phrase will haunt South Africa forever. But credit where it's due. She's taking responsibility, even though she says no wrongdoing was found against her. The DA says she only did it because they kept pressing, but at least the money's coming back.
Mzansi, what a mix today. We lost a giant in journalism, courts making big rulings, influencers losing millions of followers, politicians preaching discipline, and a mayor paying back the cash. Never a dull moment in South African politics.
And that's why we're here, to keep you informed, entertained, and sometimes just to say, hi, bo, what now? Thanks for tuning in to SA Political Lens. Until next time, sharp, sharp.